Of bantamweight prospect Cameron Saaiman feels South African fighters are leading the charge when it comes to growing the sport in Africa. Saaiman will face Terrence Mitchell at UFC 290 on July 8th. He's looking to remain undefeated against Mitchell after back wins to begin his tenure. Saaiman is considered one of the top bantamweight prospects with an 8-0 record. He earned a shot in the promotion following an impressive showing on Dana White's Contender Series. Saaiman is a close friend and teammate of Dricus du Plessis, one of the top middleweight contenders in the U. Du Plessis will face former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker at UFC 290.
Du Plessis has been in hot water in recent months after comments he made about wanting to become Africa's first true USAC champion.
This irked the likes of Israel Adesanya and others who are from Africa and have risen to the heights of gold.
Australian UFC Gym is at risk of shutting its doors. UFC Gym Australia has indefinitely closed stores in recent weeks amidst its financial troubles.
It's uncertain if the current owners of the franchise will look to sell amidst this hole. $42,000 is reportedly owed to unpaid employees across their various stores. Australia and New Zealand have surged in the MMA scene in recent years. Featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, who trains at City Kickboxing in Auckland, faces Rodriguez at UFC 290. Michael Chandler feels the reason that the Conor McGregor fight hasn't been booked has nothing to do with whether or not McGregor wants to scrap. Chandler is expected to face McGregor in his next UFC fight, corresponding with their roles in The Ultimate Fighter 31, which saw the two squaring off as head coaches. The indefinite delay of a McGregor vs. Chandler announcement has fans increasingly anxious about the matchup coming to fruition. As of this writing, McGregor isn't in the USADA testing pool and will need to wait at least 6 months to return upon his enrollment. Chandler isn't worried about the fight falling out of his grasp amidst McGregor's USADA absence and recent legal issues. Michael Chandler on Conor McGregor. He cares about his persona. During a recent episode of After Tough, Chandler dismissed the idea that McGregor is having second thoughts about fighting him. With fight of this magnitude, the most exciting guy in mixed martial arts versus the biggest superstar in mixed martial arts, Chandler said. People want answers and they want them on their timeline. I want answers yesterday. I'm with everybody else, of course, but let the process play out and just know that Michael Chandler steps in the cage against Conor McGregor and will put on an electrifying event. Here's a possibility, but if there's one thing I know about Conor, he cares about his public persona, what he's become to the fans. You don't do a documentary saying you're coming back, telling everybody it's the greatest comeback in combat sports history. But I knock out Conor and then maybe he retires after that. We'll see. Some have speculated that McGregor isn't interested in the Chandler fight anymore and is looking at other potential opponents, but there's no evidence that this is the case. Chandler is looking to get back in the win column after a loss to Dustin Poirier last year at UFC 281. Before that, he knocked out Tony Ferguson at UFC 274. As fans await news of if Chandler isn't losing sleep over the prospect of McGregor intentionally avoiding him,